a few years ago, I went through a divorce. It was something I was not expecting. Obviously didn't want. Growing up in church, you're taught you get married once, you stay married forever, and you keep your vows no matter what. And so when my ex-husband kind of just was like, no, I'm done, I'm walking away, it was not only heartbreaking in the fact that you're losing what you thought you had forever. There was also, I knew I had a call of ministry on my life, and there was that, will anybody let me do that now?
Right.
And pretty quickly after I moved back home to live with my parents, my aunt called and she was like, hey, are you still interested in doing kids ministry? And I was like, I mean, yeah, but who's going to let me now? She said, well, actually, we're looking for a kids pastor at our church, and I've already given our new pastor your phone number. He's going to call you this week. So when I first met up with Pastor Tim and Rachel, I was very nervous about it because I didn't know what they knew about that. I didn't know how they were going to view it because I had heard of them, but I'd never met them. I didn't know how they felt about certain things. And because I had the church that I work in now is the church I had gotten married in. And so he had asked me, he's like, so when's the last time you were here? And I said, well, this is when I got married a couple years ago. And he said, I'm going to go ahead and stop you right there. And I got so nervous. He said, I just want you to know that we know that. Your aunt's already given us the high level of what that looks like. You can give us whatever details you want to or don't want to. Mm-hmm. We want you to know we're not going to hold that against you because we know the Lord doesn't, and we love a good redemption story. I had already been through the previous months, been going through that redemption process with Jesus and really intentionally spending time with him, allowing him to redeem the parts of me that were hurt because of the relationship side of things and the marriage side of things. That I also knew, what if one day some, like men of God don't look at me the same because I've already been married, and I went through all of this, and so I had already been working through that side of the redemption and allowing the Lord to work that out with me. But I still always had that, nobody's going to ever let me work in a church. Nobody's going to ever let me lead. And so that moment when it was like, the Lord gave Pastor the right words that he knew I needed to hear, of that we love a good redemption story. Mm-hmm. And we know the Lord doesn't hold that against you, so we don't. It was very much of, yeah, he redeems it all. Not just pieces, not just what, we think he should redeem, or what, there's, because sometimes there's this, well, if you'll at least give me this back, if you'll at least take care of this, then I can deal with missing out on the rest of it. He doesn't do that. When he redeems it all. And I didn't get to see that until that moment. And that was such a sweet full circle for me to be like, oh, he redeems it all.